What is up, you party people? So a bunch of people have been reaching out to us. They've been asking questions, hitting us in the live streams and the messages and the DMs, whatever have you. Hey, Refuge team, have you seen this new crazy leg strap, holster strap, tourniquet device from Alien Gear? Yes, we have seen it. We are one of the lucky 2,000 humans-ish that are getting it right now, and so we've received a couple of different devices. One I've had applied here to a baloney now for like 3 days, just to see if it would loosen at all, if there would be any expansion in the webbing or any fail points, and it's still holding great pressure, same way that it was when it was initially tightened. So that's really cool for me to see. I even, didn't secure this tail strap, cut it or anything like that, just to see if it would pass the mark or if it would restrict or lessen its restriction. So that's a good sign. A lot of people are asking how this device works, and so I was fortunate enough to have a pretty good phone call with Randy Watts, the designer of the tourniquet. He's an awesome dude, Naval Special Warfare. He's a SWAT medic. He is that dude, and why he designed it, right? All right. No, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. So that was Randy Watts, and that was the designer and the engineer, inventor behind the Taq-Strap. Really, really cool dude. Has a freaking awesome resume. And so I had a really deep conversation with him about this buckle here, the pressure and the load that it could handle. So this is a Duraflex Rock Lockster buckle. This is a huge buckle inside the military. They also, so I had a concern because the last thing I wanted was for you to be able to like really easy take that off inside of like an ouchie moment, like tourniquets hurt. And so he spoke to me and he said, hey, we also have it in a Cobra buckle if you're really concerned about that. And also explained the idea that this is not necessarily to replace a cat or a soft tee or something like that. This is a care under fire tool, which I wasn't really thinking about when I initially, was introduced to the product. And so it's kind of cool because it would change some of the rules like inside TCCC if everybody started using these. And so the idea being that these are on to shut the hose off. And then once we get you off the X into like a casualty collection point or something like that, then at that point we can put on a Cat Gen 7, we can do all we can work the full March-E and all that jazz and really go into TCCC. So implementation comes from the idea of practicality, and so what's the practical use of this? And so what this is designed for operators, right? This isn't designed for mom and dad, this is designed for people who are going into a hot zone and they think they may get hit. And the way that Randy designed it is, it's very smart. These little loops right here can attach to your belt, right? And so this can absolutely act as a holster or leg strap for your holster, right? But you don't need it to have a holster on it for it to work. And so we'll just start with the device. This goes over your belt loop, right? Or this could go on your plate carrier shoulder strap like so. And then the device stays on your leg. And they have a couple of buckle options. They have the Rock Lockster, which if you know anything about buckles, which you probably don't, which is fine. This is a really, really solid buckle, ton of tensile strength. And then they also offer it with Cobra buckles too, if you're concerned about the plastic, right? So anyways, this goes over your leg, right? And it's prefixed to be tight to your leg, not so tight that it cuts off restriction, but tight to your leg. So that way it's already on there, it's already deployed. If you were to get hit, all you have to do is work your ratchet like so, and that's gonna start your arterial restriction, right? That is for care under fire, right? That's allowing us then to stop the restriction so we can, if we've got dust in our eyes or debris or whatever have you, or it's chaos and pandemonium, you can go ahead and you can actuate that tourniquet to stop the bleed. And then once you get into a CCP, casualty collection point, something like that, that's when we go in, expose the wound, we can see where the wound is, we get that tourniquet 2 inches to 4 inches above that wound. And this becomes less of a necessity, right? This is mitigating the inability to put a tourniquet on the X, right? So it's already on your body, halfway applied, we just don't have full constriction. Some people have been asking, how's it work with the arms? I talked to Randy at length about that. You will have to cut the webbing to size to your arm. So if you're about to do a big bulk, maybe do it after your bulk so that way it still fits, but cut the size over your arm and then it would already be applied same way. You would just ratchet it down, right? I think that this is a really cool design. This could potentially change how we do TCCC. I know there's some really cool units that are running these right now. If we could implement having tourniquets applied when guys are going to do dangerous things to bad people, that could potentially save a lot of lives. We've seen people not be able to find their tourniquet, not be able to see their tourniquet, not have hands to actuate tourniquets, whatever have you. If it's just at a point where it's very easy. I'm excited to kind of see what this looks like in field testing, right? We're gonna do some extensive field testings. I've got a concern or two about this buckle. I have concerns about everything. I'm a worried person, right? But worry not, for the day has enough evil of its own. I'm concerned only that somebody under an immense amount of stress because of the pain of the tourniquet could just unbuckle that. And so I've been thinking about maybe getting like an elastic sleeve or something to put over this buckle device to kind of just shut it off once the tourniquet's on. Like once you apply this, you put like maybe a rubber sleeve or something over so you can't actuate the buckle so easily. So that way I wasn't like, oh, it hurts, and then just take it off. Now I'm bleeding again. You might not even know I'm bleeding again, or my buddy might not know I'm bleeding again. So we're really excited to test this. I'm excited to see what TJ thinks and how field testing goes. And if we break it, we'll tell you how. We'll tell you how we broke it and how it happened. You know, our job is to test these things for you guys to make sure that they don't suck. So that way we can all be more informed together. I'll be real honest. I've been very impressed with Alien Gear throughout working with them. All this stuff is made here in the US. That's a big deal to Alien Gear, and so we're wanting to support them and stand behind them in that. And yeah, man, Taq-Straps, go get one. They're a little bit expensive, but I recommend definitely if you're in law enforcement, if you're in security, armed security, you know, if you're a contractor, if you're a cool guy on the internet, if you're a tactical nerd, if you're a LARPer, go grab a couple of these things and try them, train with them, see what works and what doesn't. Innovation is good in our space. Guys, we want innovation. Innovation leads to better designs, more lives saved, more accessibility to components and tools because of a wider variety. And so go support these guys for trying to get into a new sphere. Tell them what you like, what you don't like. Tag them in it or don't tag them in it. Tag us in it or don't tag us in it. We don't, like, you know, do the social media things and we'll see. We'll test and evaluate. We'll get back to you.